Coach, tough loss tonight against UMass, but that's a good team over there. What were your overall thoughts on how the team played?
To their credit, I thought they played a very excellent game. I thought they were tight and tied together. We probably had our opportunity to climb back in the door, maybe a little more like the window, and then I thought we kind of faltered in some areas that we have to be tight in. You can't be 0-3 on the specials with them scoring a shorty and scoring 2 in the power play and expect against a good team to have that momentum and push. So that's got to definitely get cleaned up. And then I think personnel wise, we've got to just stay connected and believe. And we had a really good spurt of hockey there too.
You get that 5-on-3 right away, and it feels like that's either way how it goes. If you score, you get momentum. If you don't, you lose it. And you guys weren't able to, and then it seemed like they kind of got some early. Would you agree with that?
Completely. Specials are, you got 2 things. If you don't score in the 5-4, 5-3, it's got to be a momentum in for your favor. Obviously, if you do score, that changes a lot of pieces of hockey as well. So, I thought they did a good job feeding off. They're up 2-0 after the first, and they were shorthanded for however many minutes of it, a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. You guys were down 2-0, again, like the first game last weekend. You erased that deficit again. How impressed were you with the way your team fought back there in the first half of the second period?
Yeah, the push in the second was good. I thought it was kind of collaborative, even though like the guys that scored, some of that was off of the previous line and set up some transition for them to get off the ice on the line change and keep that momentum. Maybe more difficult in the differential of that part would be like you can't get in a tug of war race. We got it back to even. Then let's put the door down and play a better brand of hockey, and we kind of got slippy and slidey at that point.
Is that a team? I think heard some about their offensive prowess going in. You don't want to get in a track meet with.
That was the goal of not being in a track meet with that group. You can all look at the rankings and the polls and whatever. That's a good hockey team. They've got a lot of balance with the score sheet, a lot of skill, and a lot of guys that will get better here with time in the game.
It seemed like you guys were in a really good spot, and the crusher may have been that shorty at the end of the second. Did you think that was a momentum changer in the game?
For sure. At the end of the first, you take a power play or a penalty kill rather, and you get scored on. The end of the second, we give up a shorty. 2 moments of the game that are just not winning characteristics of how to put 60 together. So those got to get addressed and they got to get cleaned up because they're not going to get easier. That's for sure.
Special teams, you've alluded to this some, but is it amazing how you can look back at a game like this and it does seem to kind of end up being the difference?
I think if people could ask you keys for the game every game, and specials got to be on that list of keys. If you win or tie specials, you're probably in a good spot for a game. For the most part, I like our 5-on-5 brand of hockey, the way we stay connected and get transition and really have some opportunity that way. But our specials got to get cleaned up tight.
I thought that your second line, the Penticton line, we saw some flashes tonight of the talent that those guys have. Maybe talk about what those guys brought offensively when you made that push in the second.
They've got a ton of jump. I mean, I think they all play on their edges. They get into offense quickly through transition. They can execute. They've all got stick skill. To get those guys on the score sheet is big for us. I scored another goal. Luch gets in there and is on that with I think a goal and a helper. Morsey played a heck of a game. He plays a very hard game for a young man on both sides of the puck. So that group thankfully gave us a good swing at that, and I think they're involved in 2 of our 3, and kind of a hard group to play against when they possess the puck.
Mm-hmm. Then last one. Now you win 2 last weekend. This will be the first time coming off a loss. Excited to see how your team responds to this.
I'm excited to see their togetherness. What were really hard times made of, last week there's a lot of firsts. Now this is a first. And our first response to this is going to be a lot to be said about the leadership, a lot to be said about where we are with the whole group, because it's going to take everyone to turn that corner back.